Whether you're watching, listening or reading this, welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog. We're on a mission to raise £1 million for children's charities by run vlogging on consecutive days the distance of one lap around the world. It's a staggering 40,075 kilometres. It's going to take somewhere in the region of 11 years to accomplish. I'm going to commit to doing a minimum of 5 kilometres every day, and I'll even do it barefoot style. So those regulars will know that when I vlog about my passions, which are entrepreneurship and running, and most importantly how they link with helping people overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm and anxiety by using exercise as a release mechanism. It's a beautiful fresh morning. It's very chilly, but the sun is out and the wind is low and calm, so it's decent running conditions. And it's Friday Funnels today, where we talk about all things sales funnels and marketing. And today's topic is all about warm traffic and how hopefully you can convert that warm traffic into customers. So as always, if you like this episode, please support the channel and subscribe and give it a like, and let's get started. So, warm traffic and how to convert it. Okay, so first and foremost, we'll start the obvious. What is traffic? Well, it's basically online visitors. So we're trying to get people's attention online on the online space. So people, when they visit a website, it's called traffic. Those visitors, when you pluralize them, they are classified as traffic. Now, from a sales perspective or a sales funnel perspective, there are 3 main different types of traffic. I mean, there are others as well, but they generally fall into one of these 3 categories, and that is cold, warm or hot. Now, last week I did a vlog on hot traffic and how to convert it, and this week it's all about warm traffic. So how do we differentiate between them two? Well, if we look at a continuum, and on one end of the scale you've got kind of unaware, on another end of the scale you've got customer, okay? And then as you move down the continuum from unaware, you've got problem aware, you've then got solution aware, you've then got desire to solve the problem, and you've then got product aware or person aware, and you've then got customer, okay? So cold traffic will generally focus on the problem aware people, okay? You'll get a few people that are unaware, but unaware are really cold, and it's you can often spend a lot of money if you're using paid advertising to little effect. So you certainly want to focus on people at least in the problem aware category as cold. Now, when they become aware of the problem, but they're also aware of the solution and have a desire to solve that problem, that is your warm traffic category. Okay, so this is where you would start retargeting people to try and convert them into nurturing them to kind of know about you and your product, because that's the ultimate aim. What you're trying to do on this continuum is just get people to the next stage. So the objective of warm traffic is not necessarily to get them to buy. Ultimately you do, but the singular action or objective for warm traffic is to turn them into hot traffic. And to turn them into hot traffic are people or traffic that is aware of the problem, aware of the solution, they have a desire to solve that problem, and they are aware of you and the products and services that you offer and their ability to solve that problem, okay? So all you really have to do with hot traffic, if you've done everything else right, is have a compelling offer, maybe some bonuses in there, or basically just ask for the sale, direct them to a sales page. Not so easy with warm traffic, okay? So warm traffic, if we now focus on this niche, so I've given you the overview of where the warm traffic fits. Now it's focusing on how we can utilize that traffic to our advantage and how we can move them along from warm to hot. So the way we do that is nurturing ultimately, okay? So bear in mind, these are people that know about the problem. So the problem is very pain orientated, okay? The solution to that problem, which they're also aware of, they know that there are solutions out there, is moving them from pain towards pleasure. Okay, so you're kind of changing the mindset on how you communicate with them. So when they're warm and they're solutions based. It's really about getting them to know, like and trust you, build your credibility as somebody who can genuinely solve that problem. And if they reach that stage where they know, like and trust you, they believe you to be credible, hopefully you are credible and it's not just fabricated credibility, but they believe you to be credible and they know, like and trust you, they're at the stage where they think, right, this guy's going to actually solve this problem for me and we need to work with him, and that's when you ask them for the sale. Now, the time it takes to convert warm to hot traffic can vary considerably depending on, you know, different price levels of what you're selling, and also, you know, how expensive the product service is. If it's a big expensive sale, you might need to nurture them for longer. If it's a smaller, cheaper sale, you might be able to nurture them for shorter. But the key word here is nurture and educate. Okay, so what a lot of people do is, when they're aware of what you do, it might be that they've opted into your mailing list of some kind. Okay, now if they've done that, it might be that you can then send them targeting emails where you can nurture them through emails. It may be that you found them through kind of Facebook and they've clicked some form of engagement on your ads or your social platforms. So they've shown an interest in you. Okay, but if you're doing paid advertising, you would use pixels here to track the activity of what these people have done so that you can retarget to them. So the retargeting will be where you'll be trying to nurture them slowly but surely to know, like and trust you more, educate them on what you can do, what your product and service does, the difference it makes. You're building social proof, so it might be that you're using a lot of testimonials, those side of things. So it's not hard selling by any stretch. If you go in for the sale, you'll put 90% of them off. So absolutely don't do this. This is all about the nurturing process and building that relationship in the online environment. You can do this automated depending on the level of product. If it's a really high level product, you might nurture them into some form of sales call, and that's where you'd like to think when they book that they're trusting you to have that conversation with them, and that's the sign that they're then hot and you can ask them for the sale on that call. Or it might be that you nurture them through to an exploratory call. Okay, now that might be part of the nurturing program process, and it might be a bonus that you give them some free takeaway to jump on a call. You explore their circumstances and you kind of qualify whether you can actually solve their problem or service. And if you can't, you tell them so, and then that's still part of the nurturing process because they're being educated in what you can and can't do for them. So it is a lot of people rush this stage, and that's why a lot of people get this wrong. I'm getting better at this. I wouldn't say I'm the finished article. We have quite a lot of simple funnels. I always start with simple funnels, and then as I get more kind of creative, we expand them, we add in more kind of stages to them. But we have a couple of different options really with what we do. We have our deal trading business, our property trading business. Okay, that's where it's quite high ticket. So what we're trying to do is we're doing a lot of social media promotion, okay, and not so much promotion, but telling people what we do, documenting the journey. People who engage with us are warm, they've clearly got an interest, and as a sign of their engagement, they will visit our deals directory, they will see the deals that we offer. So their problem is that they want their money to work harder for them, okay, or they want to have property investments that don't require or don't have a lot of deductions. They want a guaranteed income, okay, and that's why our long-term leases provide. So once we've educated on that side of things, the problem is that they want a fixed income out of property, and it's very, very difficult to achieve. So when they find out, they know there's a solution, okay, so we're dealing predominantly with warm traffic because these are people that are generally connected to us in social platforms. So we don't do a lot of cold yet. That's where we'll start using Facebook ads. But the people that are warm, we're driving them to opt into either deal notifications, or we're driving them to our deals directory page where they can find our latest deals, explore what we do, and they can also have the option to book a call to discuss the option. Morning. And the benefit of that is we call it a consultation call. It's not a sales call per se. It's to find out and qualify them and say, do you know what, if you want to get into these deals, you need X amount of investment. This is what you can and can't do with this. It's educating them on it, and if they're giving all the right signals at that stage, we'll ask them for a sale on that call. If they don't, we'll say, well, look, just stay in touch, and we'll keep sending you the information as it comes out, or the latest deals, and when you're ready to commit or in your position to, we can either jump on another call again, or you can buy through the website. So that's kind of our nurturing process. The same regard to our education company. Now the price of this product is £1 to join for 14 days and then £50 a month. Much lower level, okay? But again, we're doing no cold traffic at the moment. We're not doing any paid advertising. This is all through our social platforms and existing connections, okay? And what we're doing there is we're driving people to a free training webinar or an evergreen webinar that we've previously ran. We're just about to do a live one, so we're driving people to a live one presently. They'll come they'll find out that we're doing this, and the problem is that these are young people that want to get started in property, want to replace their income with property income in 12 months, okay? And they're finding out that there are solutions to this because they're following us, so they're warm, okay? And we're then driving that traffic to an opt-in page to opt in for a free webinar where we'll tell people exactly what we do and educate them on what we're doing, and at the end there'll be an opportunity for them to buy. So this is kind of in between warm and hot, but ultimately because the value is such a lower price value than £5,000 to invest in a property deal, people convert a lot higher, so we can go to the sale a bit quicker. It's less of a financial strain to make that decision, so the nurturing process can be shorter. So different nurturing processes work for each different type of sale or industry that you're in, and you'll know that when you kind of get familiar with your industry. So I hope this has been useful. It's just basically to summarise: don't sell hard to warm traffic. If it is a really cheap or low end product, you can shorten that nurturing process. But remember, these people are problem aware, they are solution aware, and they have a desire to solve that problem, okay? So they're primed. All you're trying to do here is give yourself the credibility, nurture them and educate them on what you and your product and service can do for them in a non-salesy way. And you might also need some social proof, so testimonials and things like that as well, which is going to be really, really powerful in converting at a higher level. So I hope that's useful. As always, if you've got any questions on this stuff, drop me a comment. I'll respond to everyone. If it's a bigger topic, I'll do a separate blog episode and tag you in. And do check the links in my bio where you can keep up to date with my mission to raise £1 million for children's charities by vlogging on consecutive days a distance of 1 lap around the world. So all I've got to say is that, as always, my content has always been linked to helping people overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm and anxiety by using exercise as a release mechanism to kind of relieve those daily, weekly pressures in the form of stress. If you don't have that process for clearing your head, processing what's going on in your world, gaining clarity, refocusing and moving on, it builds up like pressure builds up in a pipe without a release valve. Okay, so it's going to build and build and build. And if you don't clear your head regularly, it's going to very quickly become quite overwhelming. When you reach the stage of overwhelm, you've got so much going on in your head, you almost freeze and have a bit of a panic, okay, which is pretty horrendous, and you almost procrastinate, and very quickly that will then evolve into panic and anxiety. And if you get to that stage, you're flirting with the edges of mental health issues, which is clearly what we want to avoid. Now, I've been there. I've lost multiple businesses. It's because of these exact reasons. I've lost business partners and I've almost been bankrupt, and it's an extremely dark place, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. So my pledge to you is that if you are going through something similar, I'm just going past some people here, so just bear with me 1 second. Morning. So my pledge to you is that if you are going through something similar, just reach out, drop me a message, okay? The Runpreneur vlog is not for profit, so there's no sale ever. We raise money via donations, but they're always optional, so there's no catch here whatsoever. We'll jump on a call and I'll give you a few hints and tips, step-by-step guide to get you back on the right path. And I know this stuff works. I've helped so many people already, and I continue to do so. And help is there. It's often free. You just have to be prepared to ask for it. And it's often easier asking a stranger than nearest and dearest. So the olive branch is there if you need it. So all I have to say is that, as always, please give this challenge some support. Even if all you can do is subscribe or share the content, that will be a great help. It allows us to reach more people. And keep up to date with the journey on my links on my bios. And as always, I'll leave you with stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.